3, 2, 1.
Annyeonghaseyo, Jaeyeom Catherine. I just said, hi, my name is Catherine. Now don't worry, the rest of the speech won't be in Korean, but it will be about South Korea. The growth of certain South Korean industries is heavily influencing America. I have just recently become interested in South Korean culture because of my friend's love of K-pop, which led me to conduct my own research on the internet. From beauty and fashion to the music industry, South Korea is becoming an epicenter of pop culture. First, we'll discuss the rise of K-beauty and do some self-care. Then, we'll dance into our second point and talk about how South Korea is taking the music industry by storm. And finally, we'll strut into the third way that South Korea is taking over, their fashion trends. So let's begin with a good foundation and discuss the rise of K-beauty. Americans are obsessed with beauty, but South Korea is changing the game completely. Many Koreans believe that beauty starts with the skin. In fact, Charlotte Cho, co-founder of Soko Glam, a Korean beauty e-shop, revealed in an interview that the most dedicated beauty gurus use a rigorous 10-step skincare program each and every morning to keep their skin looking healthy. Having chalk skin is the ideal. To obtain this fresh and glowy look, Koreans use what us Americans would define as natural makeup. So instead of foundations, they use color correction creams. Instead of powders that can look dry and cakey, they use liquids that can easily blend into the skin. Business reporter Mary Ann Rusan, in her article for the BBC, found that Western companies are beginning to create their own products that reflect Korean makeup and skincare. I mean, who wouldn't want to capitalize off all the success of Korean beauty? According to Mintel, a global market agency, the South Korean beauty industry is expected to have a total market share value of $7.2 billion by 2020. And it's not just female customers helping these figures climb. It's very common in South Korea for men to wear makeup as well. So it appears Korea is taking over the beauty industry just one sheet mask at a time. Now that we've looked at the influence of K-beauty, let's set the stage for our second point and talk about how South Korea has taken the music industry by storm. K-pop is becoming more popular by the day. A CNN article published on April 14th of this year said it best with, quote, "If you haven't heard of BTS yet, it's time to succumb to the inevitable. The Korean boy band is taking over the world," end quote. Now, K-pop isn't that big or a new sensation outside Korea, but BTS and other similar groups are cultivating devoted followings across the globe. So, if you haven't heard already, BTS is a 7-member boy band that has been churning out hits since their debut back in 2013. One of these songs, one of their hits, called Fake Love, reached number 10 on Billboard's Hot 100 in June 2018, and racked in 35 million views on YouTube in just the first 24 hours of the song's release. BTS also crossed a huge milestone when they became the first Korean group to play a US stadium. They have even spoken at a General Assembly of the United Nations. BTS's popularity is only going to rise. Thus, K-pop's popularity will also rise. Finally, let's strut down the runway and discuss the spread of South Korean fashion. Chunky sneakers with ankle socks, oversized tops, hair dyed with extreme colors. I know I've been seeing these trends everywhere recently, and we have South Korea to thank for that. Korean streetwear is taking over the global fashion scene. Gina Sharma, a writer for Post magazine, notes that streetwear is characterized by high-impact logos and statement-making looks. It has cultivated a number of fans across the globe and K-pop idols, but most notably, some of them include celebrities like Wiz Khalifa, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Rihanna. But what makes Korean streetwear just so exceptional? An article from The Telegraph by senior fashion editor Victoria Moss states that a sense of humor is a very important aspect. Subversive messages that mock pop culture can be seen on bags and accessories galore. For example, a misspelled graphic from an American presidential campaign back in the 80s began recently popping up on Korean fashion. The fashion world loves nothing more than a new economic and cultural hotspot. And this year, Seoul, South Korea has become something of a destination for the international style seeker. Today, we learned how from beauty and fashion to the music industry, South Korea is becoming an epicenter of pop culture. First, we did some self-care and learned about the rise of K-beauty. Then, we danced into how Korea is taking over the music industry. And finally, we walked the runway and learned about the special South Korean fashion trends. In conclusion, the intertwining of beauty, music, and fashion has allowed Seoul to become one of the most culturally influential cities in Asia, and South Korea is only getting stronger. So don't forget to moisturize, stream Feel Special by Twice, and show off your best street style. 감사합니다, or thank you.